Hello teachers. So we know that every student in our class is unique in their own way and they also have their own style of learning. As their teachers, it's our responsibility to identify the different qualities, the different styles of learning and help and support them accordingly. In 1987, Neil Fleming came up with the design for the VARK model, VARK. The model helps us to understand how can we help students and other learners more and teach them about their learning preferences. Now, the term VARK, V-A-R-K, stands for V for visual learners, A for auditory learners, R for reading and writing learners, and K for kinesthetic learners. Visual learners in our classrooms are those who like to see and observe things. They understand and learn better when they observe pictures, diagrams, video clips in the classroom. So how do we spot visual learners in our classroom? So you might have noticed that there are certain students in class who are more interactive or who are more lively when the classroom has some videos playing or you teach using some charts, some diagrams or some videos online. These are visual learners. Auditory learners prefer learning through listening. They learn better when things are in audio format. These learners prefer sitting where they hear well. They are good at remembering things that are spoken. They are more interactive in the class when things are taught through stories. You might have noticed in your classroom, that certain students, while you're explaining a concept, they may be looking somewhere else or they may look a little distracted. But when you ask them a question, they'll be easily be able to answer you. This is also a sign of auditory learners. There are some students who like learning through words and they express themselves best when they are writing. Such students like reading by themselves and also enjoy writing essays and reports. They are also good at taking notes and organizing their study material. These learners prefer a reading and writing way of learning. You might have noticed in your class that there are some students who are very active. They don't even like sometimes to sit at one spot. They're always moving in the class. Such students understand the best when they are involved in something. It could be a hands-on activity, it could be a play, theater, dance, anything. Any hands-on activity that requires movement of the body is when they learn the best. And these are called kinesthetic learners. Teachers, now that we know that there are different students in our classroom who have their own style of learning, so what do we really do? Now let's look at the VARK model a little more critically. We know that learning is actually a multifaceted process. We cannot categorize learners only on the basis of these 4 learning styles. Also, learning preferences could vary depending on the subject that you're teaching, or even depending on a lesson in a particular subject. Also, sticking to one particular model or a style of learning can lead to fixed mindsets. The students will not be motivated to explore any other kind of learning style. The answer to this problem is a multimodal style of learning. So now, after that we have learned the VARK model, we know that yes, we have students with different learning styles in our classroom. Now, as teachers, it becomes our responsibility to prepare our lesson plans in a way which caters to the learning styles of all kinds of learners in our classroom. It has to have elements of all the VARK learners in the lesson that you've planned, making the class more creative and also more inclusive. I hope you've understood the VARK model. If you have any questions, you can leave comments down below. To explain how does a multimodal style of teaching works, we'll meet in the next video and we'll also understand how can we implement the multimodal style of learning in our classrooms.